Hello, this is how we're doing things now. I wanted to cover the Castlevania Nocturne thing in this pill popper, which is going to be live action. And yes, I did make my own orange sweatshirt. Pretty swaggy. Um, Thing is, Castlevania Nocturne's freaking amazing. I am not the biggest Castlevania fan. I am not like collect everything or whatever. But I've gotten some amiibos over the years, and I sold all of them but one for a specific reason. This guy. This is freaking Richter. I love Richter. Richter is my favorite. I have played multiple Castlevanias. Richter is mwah. Thing is I've also played Rondo of the Blood in the remake Dracula X, which I prefer Rondo of the Blood. I've also played Symphony of the Night and all that junk, and just Richter's always going to be my favorite. So when I went into Nocturne, I knew two things. I knew it was upheld by Powerhouse Studios, which is an animation company that I love, because they do things like Blood of Zeus, which they did the first Castlevania, and obviously it's not just Powerhouse Animation, it's that animation company doing such a great job, but it's in addition to the brilliant voice acting and directing and the creators and everybody who works on it. Just all the teams that work with Powerhouse Studios are held to such a high standard, and I think they actually held themselves to such a high standard because of how gorgeous and meaningful everything is. Because if you just were held to an external high standard, then you're not going to get as much done as they do when making these. Because when you hold yourself up to a high standard, you're like, this isn't perfect, let's do it again. Because even the voice acting, again, as I said, mwah. But, let's get back on topic. Castlevania Nocturne. I have watched about a couple episodes now, and the way they made Richter, the way they immediately incorporated Maria in such a natural way, which Maria is like a mainstay when you think about Richter if you've played the games. So, the way they naturally incorporated Maria, especially how they had her family, the way Richter's backstory is, which is awesome. Like, just the first episode. Let's just cover the first episode real quick. Immediately you have his backstory, where, spoiler alert, so, mom, dad, but that's a part of his backstory, but they did it so naturally, and then you have the guy in the trailer who just like, I'm coming for you. So, that just like forebodes stuff, because it's accurate to the trailer, so it didn't really alter too much, but I think it's identical, but it does feel like something got polished. But again, with such an outstanding cast and crew, everything always feels polished. It always feels like they did an extra oomph. And just in general, I highly recommend it, especially if you love their other works, like the original Castlevania one, which was perfect. Even the parts that people complained about, like those twins that went with Alucard, it's just perfect. And if you didn't know the timeline, this is about 300 years in the future, and the way they handle that, by the way, with like vampires and the government and such, and just, again, just the first episode, moving on, it just gets better from there. It's so good. I don't know, hi kitty, I highly recommend this. Highly recommend the watch. There's really, I came in wanting to criticize it. I came out with nothing but positives. And whatever criticisms you have, I do not care. But, yeah, I just wanted to compliment it and say highly recommend the watch. I mean, this really wasn't a productive pill popper, much of a showcase, but that's why they're short. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you like picture of my cat. Have a great day.